What is up, guys? DeceptionCrysis here, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have a dual commentary with my friend Mr. Frazier here, so I'll go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's Kalib. I'm just doing dual commentary with my friend DeceptionCrysis. So what's our topics today?
Alright, well, our first topic here today is a police-themed battlefield. Now, there's been a rumor going around that there is going to be a new battlefield that is going to be police-themed, and it's going to be out in 2015. But the thing I have, more of the issue I have with this is that it won't be made by DICE, and that's been a lot of concern to all the Battlefield fans, as to say that this game is going to be sort of codified, if you know what I mean. And I'm not trying to bring up the old cliche of comparing Call of Duty to Battlefield, but really, it's just, does Battlefield have to be made by other people than DICE? Just like you're gonna hand off a product that is made by someone, or someone who specializes the product, and then hand it off to somebody else. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I haven't even heard of this happening at all, but if it's going to be handed off by someone else than DICE, then that's probably just extremely stupid, because DICE has been doing this for a long time, and DICE knows how to do it. And I feel like if they're gonna do this, it's probably not gonna be the same anymore, but then again, I don't know. And also, it's pretty stupid to do something police-themed. I haven't even heard about, but I don't know. I don't think police is really such a cool idea.
I think it could be an interesting thing. Like, they could make it international, but again, this project is named Havana, which is in Cuba. But if my ideas about this is that remember the Battlefield, remember at the ending of Battlefield 3, I know the storyline for Battlefield 3 was very confusing to some people, but you guys remember the police officers that were in the game when you were in New York in that last mission of the game? Well, I have a feeling that this could be based around them. I mean, it's possible, but then again, how would it correlate to the other police stations around the world? I mean, that's just my thoughts. What about yours?
Well, you said it was in Havana, right?
Well, no, the project name is called Havana.
Oh. Well, if it was gonna be if the project name was gonna be called Havana, I'm just gonna, like, assume here, well, just a theory, I don't know. But, it might be in Cuba or something, and have basically some it could just be another, like, military intervention in Cuba to try and control drug lords or whatever. And basically the maps would be based off something like Cuba. I don't know. That's just, like, I don't really know much about what's happening right now anyway, so.
Well, you know, there's a lot of theories going around that it might be based in the 1960s during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and it could talk about about how the Americans going down there and figuring out what's going on. It could be interesting, but I just don't know what kind of storyline they would have for it. You know, there's tons of things they could do, but it's just something that's going to be all up to them. So yeah, we'll just leave that as that. And the next topic I have here on the board is annualization of games. And this has been going on for probably a while now. I think it started with COD. I'm not exactly sure if it started with COD, but it's been a very prominent topic in games nowadays. And I believe one of the franchises that has been new to this, or is beginning to do this, is Assassin's Creed. And Caleb, I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's going to be 2 Assassin's Creed games coming out this year.
Oh, well, I'm not really a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I only played the second one. I didn't even finish the second one. I just couldn't get into it. Because the only reason I really got it, like, probably stupidest reason ever, was because I was like, oh my god, dude, I can do parkour. And then I discovered Mirror's Edge, which is by DICE, and DICE makes everything awesome so far.
Yeah, I even heard they're making a remake for Mirror's Edge, but that's another topic. But yeah, I've been a really big Assassin's Creed fan ever since Assassin's Creed 1 came out in 2006, I believe. And, you know, at first I wasn't really into it, but then as I got into it, I was more in for the story rather than the modern day setting. But I love the modern day setting, as I did play Revelations and Brotherhood and all the games that were leading up to the 3rd and 4th one. But I think that analyzation of games is something that's bad for the business. It actually is bad for the business, because if you look at COD, and I don't mean to pick on them like rag on Call of Duty, but if you look on them, as you're going down the line of games, you do see a decreasing the decretion of quality. I don't know if that's a word, but I don't care. I said it. The decretion of quality in the games, and I believe Ghost is probably one of the worst games in the COD franchise, and that's just me. That's my personal opinion. I don't know about how you feel about it. I mean, Caleb, have you played Ghost?
Yes, I actually own Ghost. I played it. It was, in ways, it was better than the rest of them. Like, the damage, you're not a complete tank anymore. In Ghost, you can actually be taken down by only a couple of shots, but still, I feel like it was a completely rushed project. There was not very much that they changed at all, really. Besides, the only real thing that you'll probably ever see is the scopes and the damage rating, but that's it. It's because of annualization that it's like, oh my god, guys, we just made this game, we got a year to make another one. Oh wow. So, what are we gonna say that's so good about this one? Fish AI? Totally, let's go with that.
Yeah, it just seems like they're putting ideas together. I mean, I've heard rumors about Modern Warfare 4 taking place in space. And, like, theoretically, that just doesn't make any sense because you can't shoot guns in space. Like, you can go look this up. You can't shoot guns in space. It's virtually impossible. I mean, it's possible, but if you look in Ghost and how they did the whole gunplay thing, it didn't really make any sense because when you shot the guns, the characters wouldn't move back, which theoretically should happen if you did shoot a gun in space. You'd move back and there'd be some kind of reaction force. But which there wasn't. So there are a lot of things that were unrealistic about Ghost that felt that if they do this in other Call of Duties that it just wouldn't make any sense. But then again, that's just something that they're learning. I mean, it's something new that they did, so they could possibly fix it in other games, but I highly doubt that they will. But that brings us up to a new topic, which is Battlefield, and how people think that Battlefield is actually going to start being annualized due to the police-themed Battlefield that is coming out in 2015. But, then again, it's possible this is a rumor, so it's not really on the borderline. But I don't think it could be true. It could be false, it could be true. Nobody knows right now, so, But on to the next topic. I don't know if there's any of the Star Wars fans out there, but how about Star Wars Battlefront? Did you play Star Wars Battlefront when you were a kid?
Oh my god, yeah. It was actually the first first-person shooter I ever really played.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, I have memories going all the way back to Star Wars Battlefront, like the first. I mean, I was a Star Wars fan from the beginning. I just want you to know that this is going to be made by DICE, and it's coming out sometime in 2015, I believe. Yeah, and is it a good idea or not?
Wait, did you say it was or wasn't going to be made by DICE?
It is going to be made by DICE.
Well, if it's made by DICE, I obviously have to support it, but, I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool. I guess it's not really a good or a bad idea, it's just depending on how well this comes out and how well the gameplay is. If it, gives me enough, memories back from when I was a kid, but it's just, way better, then I probably will support. But if it's literally the exact same thing with slightly higher textures and destruction, then I probably will be like, no, you should have gone back to the drawing board and made something better.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars Battlefront is a really good game, I'm not even gonna lie, but I think they really have to go back and look and actually play a Star Wars Battlefront game in order to get the gist of what's going on, because logically it makes sense that DICE would do something like this, because I don't know if you played Star Wars Battlefront, but one of the main games in that was Galactic Conquest, and it was basically conquests for Battlefield. But I think DICE would be very good in this since they've had plenty of practice of making that type of game mode. But another really concern that I have for the game is the storyline where it would take place. Now, I don't know about the actual Star Wars storyline, but I do know more about it than, just the movies and the comic books or whatever. But there is a movie that's going to be made by Disney sometime soon, and I know that they are going to be making I believe it's the 7th movie in the franchise, and that they're going to be having a whole new storyline. So could Star Wars Battlefront be based around that? I'm not really sure. But what are your thoughts about it? What would you go with the storyline for Star Wars Battlefront?
For Star Wars Battlefront, I don't think there'll be too much of a storyline. I don't think, if it's made by DICE isn't really too intuitive with the storyline. It's more about the multiplayer, so I don't think the storyline will be anything amazing, examples like The Last of Us or The Walking Dead. things like that. I think it'll be pretty much based around the multiplayer, and perhaps it'd be cool if they could get a single-player AI mode in there for people that have internet connection problems.
Well, then again, that's another thing. Like, DICE is actually, I don't know, I kind of disagree with the statement that you just made about nobody cares about the storyline, because I don't know if you play Battlefield 4, but have you seen the story for that? I mean, they really went in depth with it, and I mean DICE when I say they really went in depth with it. But the story mode for Battlefield 4 was actually nice, and I believe it was pretty better than all the other Battlefields besides Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 was an amazing story, but I think it was kind of confusing to some people, and so was it for 3, but I think they really been back to the drawing board for story, and they're just like, you know, we got to create more emotions for this. And, you know, so I think they could do something around the storyline, but I don't know where it would be based. I guess you could have it somewhere after the fall of the Jedi, or maybe even during the Empire stage, or even after the fall of the Empire. So it's really up to them where they want to put it out. So yeah, that's just what I got to say for it. But I really have high expectations for this game because it is going to be made on Frostbite 3.
It is? Or
yeah.
Dang. That sounds like I'll totally get that when that comes out.
Yeah, supposedly it's going to be released in 2015, and as well as the Star Wars Disney movie. So it could be based around that. So possibly. But the next topic I have here is for Battlefield 4 Naval Strike DLC. Caleb, what are your thoughts on the Naval Strike DLC that was just released?
So far, it's pretty good so far. I just, like, here's one big thing, like, whenever I saw the trailers and stuff, I was like, oh my god, cool, this is gonna be just like Battlefield 1942 with when you're, like, you were actually able to drive the aircraft carriers and that. You aren't able to do that in this, but, I could get over that really easily, but it's pretty good so far. The maps are a little bit laggy, but that's probably just my computer. The netcode is still a problem. It's still pretty laggy for whatever reason, but that's not anything to do with the Naval Strike DLC. It's pretty good DLC so far. Like, I have not seen... I can't remember the name of the map, but... it was this map. There's a bunch of, like, stone pillars coming out of the water before the small island in the center.
Non-to-strike, is that what you're talking about?
That map, to me, was just the prettiest map ever. I think this is, like, the best looking map.
Yeah, in terms of, you know, DLC. But, Dragon's Teeth and Final Stand, those are going to be the last two DLC for Battlefield 4. As for Dragon's Teeth, I don't really think they have a description up for it yet, but I think Dragon's Teeth could take place somewhere in the mainland of China, and that's just my guess. So we could see some more urban maps of China, especially, and because personally my philosophy about multiplayer maps is that usually take something from the single player DLC, and what they haven't really done is taken place. Usually where the DLC is going to take place somewhere near the actual single player locations. So that's just my theory and philosophy, but you know. What about you? What do you think?
I don't know. There's not very much I know about it, but it'd be cool. I'm not sure, because this might actually already be happening, because I haven't played the single player ever since I finished the campaign, which is, I always finish the campaign first thing I do, so I don't miss out on anything before multiplayer. But it'd be cool if, like, Battlefield could add something to the single player whenever they make DLC. But yeah.
So have some single player DLC out, but
yeah,
you know, it could be cool. I would like to see something like that in the future, not in Battlefield 4, but sometime in the future, because Battlefield 4 is, we're on the struggle right now. We're riding the struggle bus, but we're getting off the struggle bus, so our stop is coming near. But yeah, that's all the topics that I had for you guys today. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a like, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content from this channel. As well as subscribe to Caleb's channel, and he'll tell you more about that, about what he puts up.
Yep, see you guys, have a good time.
No, I mean, what do you have for your channel? What do you do on your channel?
Oh, I just do Battlefield 4 gameplay. Really, the only thing you'll definitely see on my channel is Battlefield gameplay, but I also play a bunch of other little games in between.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of great stuff on his channel. I'll leave his channel in the description box, and you can also find this video on his channel when he uploads it. So, this has been DeceptionCrysis and Calib Frazier. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.